If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EAFC 25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 8% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay, guys, so there's two separate evolutions that we're going to go ahead and check out. There is one that is called the Test of Time that looks like, actually gives some pretty good upgrades to some of these cards. And then there is also the Jack of all trades that I think it gives them defensive stats that can be used in the midfield position. But to be honest with you, it would mainly be like just having the capabilities of having defensive stuff in the side positions, if I'm being completely honest. Because I think they might need more playstyles, but we'll see. I haven't actually taken a look at this one specifically. But so far, the like to dislike ratio makes sense for that. But this one, from what I'm seeing, they're giving you some very good stuff to work with. These are the more meta things, right? So obviously, you receive a jockey, intercept, bruiser, and a fullback plus. Also with the wingback too. So all of that with the stat improvements definitely makes a pretty significant difference on these cards, right? Especially Bruiser Plus. Bruiser Plus is a really, really big one, right? So we'll generally take a look at the cards that are trending, the ones that kind of like make the most sense, right? So trending evolved players, you're going to have a few different options here that really transforms these cards for the better, right? So Maicon by default has very good base mechanic stuff, right? He's a very, very good right back. And this card will become even better, right? Bruiser Plus in the fullback position. I mean, Bruiser in general is really nice to work with in the defensive positions, but in the fullback position, when you're chasing after somebody and then you have to do that like sort of aggressive challenge, it's very, very helpful, right? One thing I don't know about this card, now I do know about him. Well, there you go. That's one of the reasons why he's good. It's because of the way that he's formatted. He's formatted with lower dribbling, so you can give him a shadow and keep him on a lengthy. You could also go in the direction of giving him an anchor and keeping him on a lengthy as well. The thing about Maicon is that, generally speaking, guys, he just has good animations. You know what I mean? Like, he just has good animations in-game in the fullback position. There's like him, the Evolution Tudom card. Tudom is a really nice right back card as well if you did like the right evolutions on him. But with Maicon, yeah, very good choice on this card. You can maximize his pace because you're still working with very decent base card stats for physical, right? But you're maximizing pace to work with a Bruiser Plus, an intercept, both very relevant play styles. He doesn't have like anticipate and stuff like that, but like I said, with Maicon, guys, it's a little bit different because he just generally has like really, really good stuff, right? Now, this card, yeah, so it's fullback plus. I don't think they showed that being added to the card. No, but he does get a fullback plus, and that does make a pretty significant difference. So a very good choice there, to be fair. João Cancelo, 90 defense, 86 physical, 93 pace. I mean, yeah, but you're still going to give him... Sure, I mean, you can give him an anchor. You definitely could. The pace improvements... Not pace, well, pace improvements, yeah, but the defense, definitely pretty relevant. And then the physical is pretty relevant, too. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man, like, obviously Portuguese... probably going to be a really nice agile fullback, but in this game, bro, like the way it generally plays out, I personally, right, because there's some people that like to use Trent Alexander-Arnold as a right back, for instance, because of the passing capabilities, but I really like to use these lengthy big dudes in the fullback position, like Maicon, a very good example. Danny Da Costa, I think, actually might be really good now because of these improvements. There you go. Yeah, this one is kind of crazy now. And that's a what, a 10k upgrade on this card? Yeah, that looks really good. Much better. Base animations wise, I don't know what it's going to be like with those added things, but it's still a very good improvement. It's like 97 acceleration and sprint speed with good defense and good physical, with a bruiser being added to him and stuff. Wait, bruiser being added? Yeah. I had to look at that for a second because I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he had it because I use this card a little bit. He definitely has something that does that. Just remember it just from using the card sometimes, you know? So mainly stat improvements. The stat improvements would still be relevant for him because the thing about this card is that you would have to give him a shadow and you don't touch physical, right? And it was 98, which obviously was really good. But this one is different because you can give him an anchor and then you boost the physical, which adds to the card a lot, right? So I think it's that's a pretty big difference in that sort of regard. Not necessarily from like specific upgrades per se, but you know. Kyle Walker is the other one too. So bomb forward, the test of time. Yeah, the big thing that he needs is a dribbling boost, but as long as it does not touch his lengthy part of the card. Yeah, and it doesn't. This card actually doesn't look that bad. It's just the agility and balance. It might be too low on the card, but he still looks pretty good. Playstyle pluses are both very relevant. Jockey, intercept, and anticipate for defensive playstyles also very, very nice. With a shadow boosting the pace as well as the defending, it's very good stuff there. Passing is also in a very solid spot. Fullback plus plus. Usability of this card actually increases quite a bit. It's just you have to be mindful of that agility and balance. Because I think, listen, I like the physical guys, but they got to be able to dribble at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a card here from this that was crazy before. Mm-hmm. Let me see if he went up in price. Of course you did. The community's not stupid. They know that they understand that you need meta players to do basic things in this game. And this is just one of those guys. This is what I mean about like where you want the dribbling to be, right? Generally speaking though, guys, Dumfries is gonna be one of the better choices. The fact that he gets Bruiser Plus is kind of crazy, actually. He had a Bruiser before, but Bruiser Plus in the fullback position will be incredible to work with. Block, Quick Step, Aerial, Jockey, Bruiser Plus, and Relentless. Relentless is really nice in the fullback position too. I actually don't mind that whatsoever. Do you change that too? Oh, and you give him fullback plus plus. Yeah, nice card. Very nice card. One of the top ones, to be honest. This should be one of the top ones. I don't know why it's not trending in the top 3. I don't know why João Cancelo was in over him. Can you change him to center mid or something? Is that why? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. He looks decent. Like, especially like on an anchor as like the more agile type of fullback, right? Because he actually has like certain things that look pretty cool. But this card is crazy in the defensive positions, bro. Especially since he had that base intercept to work with that cutback. I think it should be one of the top choices, to be honest. 100%. But I guess it's like price, right? Price is like really high, so some people can't really afford that, maybe. Could be one of the reasons. Maicon from the other one, too. I mean, still a nice card, to be honest. Still a nice card. Shadow chemistry style, mostly lengthy, good, really good pace. Good defense, physical, low in certain areas, but still pretty well formatted. The thing is, though, is the agility and balance. You go to this card, look at the agility and balance there. Like you kind of want that to be in like that general area at this point in the game for sure. Ibarbo with defense, and then he has a center mid position change. Jack of all trades, the test of time. You can use him as a center mid. Pretty pointless, though, I think. I don't... actually, no, not really. It's actually not pointless. No, it is. With 74 shooting, it is. How funny is it that you could actually use this card as a right back? How funny is that? You can literally use Ibarbo as a right back, and he's actually usable there. Because they gave him pretty good playstyles. That's actually pretty funny. From what? From Jack of all trades. And then you put him into the test of time. That's really funny. I'm actually very curious to know how he would perform in game, because he looks pretty good. That does not look bad whatsoever. Quickstep and Rapid too to work with as well. Not too bad. McManaman, excuse me. Some people actually liked using this card in the beginning because he had a pretty good base play. Ooh. Do they format them to be like that? Hold on. Ah, they do. They do. Interesting. So they do that on purpose for this one. And this is what I'm saying. Like when they release like garbage stuff and good stuff, like they know what they're doing. Because look at this card on an anchor. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. Bruiser plus, whipped pass, intercept, anticipate, technical first touch, relentless chip shot. Yeah, this is another good option, to be honest. Good physical stats too. Lacks aggression, but Bruiser plus might actually make up for it quite a bit, to be honest. It could make up for it, but if the aggression was higher with a Bruiser plus, obviously that'd be the things to look forward to, right? Bowie from that. This is like a pro player card. I forget what that was. Yeah, I mean, you could go down this route too. Again, not a lengthy with the pace situation, but he is more agile with like better agility and balance. Generally has some pretty good play styles too. I mean, you can't really go fully wrong with this, but again, personal preference wise, I just prefer to use some of the other guys, right? Some people are going to be okay with this just because they want someone that feels more agile, has passing capabilities, like that sort of deal to be able to do certain things as well. So it's always important to look at that sort of stuff. This is going to have a lot of options for sure. This Sergio Roberto card was from the SBC, right? We didn't review this card because kind of like a whatever card, to be honest. You know, it's funny with him though, because it's like the upgrades are nice. If I were to use this as a center mid, I'd probably still give him a shadow, to be honest. I mean, the usability is there. Power shot plus, I don't really care too much of. I think that's like the biggest turnoff for a lot of people as well. When it comes to this card, I think when it was released as an SBC as well, 63k. Yeah, when it's like a cheap SBC like that, kind of, I don't know, if it was like, if it wasn't a power shot plus, like you give power shot normal but then something else, then I think it'd be a little bit more interesting. Let me see if this is still the same. Evolved players, trending players. Yeah, Dumfries should be higher, man. Dumfries is a very good player. But again, I think it's because of like the price range of it, right? So this evolution in general, guys, is a W. We do have to mention that because, to be fair, either direction you go, you still can format a card like Quadrado, just as an example, to be your more agile right back that still looks pretty solid. Like, he doesn't have strength, for instance, but that's the trade-off, right? You get someone that's more agile in the dribbling department. Do I personally like to have more physical presence? Absolutely. But like I said, this card on a shadow also looks like a really solid option for a 10k upgrade, right? All the playstyles that are added to him with the existing playstyles that he already had still looks pretty cool. Di Lorenzo is another one that could be really nice because I think he's by default a lengthy on an anchor if he's the same as before. Yeah, he is. So this is what I'm saying. Like, they know what they're doing when they're like, oh, like, we'll drop this evo because this will actually be like a good one. You know what I'm saying? Because this makes a huge difference on a card like this. Really, really huge difference. Playstyles wise, he has jockey, intercept, with pass, block, slide, tackle, technical. Needs more defensive stuff, to be fair. Needs a little bit more defensive stuff, but I mean, it's mainly the anticipate, to be honest. But I mean, again, it's a good upgrade, right? Stats wise, it's a good upgrade. It's because it's a different card entirely. With a card like this, you are forced to give a shadow, right? You can't use them as a lengthy. You can, but not with that pace, right? And this one, you give them the anchor. 97 makes that difference, guys. Especially when you're boosting the physical, especially when you give them the extra defensive play styles, right? Is this from the rare gold? Oh, it is. Bomb forward, and then this test of time for this card. I mean, yeah, similar situation, right? The thing about him is that you could change him to center mid if you want. He just doesn't have the roles for it there. Llorente, generally speaking, as a right back, though, he's usually pretty solid, to be honest. And he has good playstyle pluses, good playstyles in general. His dribbling is actually in a very solid spot. Like this is actually, in my opinion, one of the better choices because Bruiser Plus adds a lot to it, right? He has Anticipate, he has Intercept, he has Jockey, he has a Quick Step. Quick Step is amazing to work with in the defensive areas too for that initial acceleration. It's like Quick Step and a Jockey, you know? I would even consider doing an evolution on this card, to be honest. I really would. Like if I have Dumfries, I'm doing Dumfries probably. But like a card like this looks really solid because he is well formatted still in a shadow. Like some physical stuff is low, but Bruiser, you know what I'm saying? And that makes a difference, man. Bradley will be cool because I know he's a lengthy by default too. Not by default in the sense of like that, but like with the right chemistry style, you know? Yeah, again, usability increases a lot with a card like this. Bruiser Plus, Intercept, Jockey, Block. Looks way better, right? You definitely want to go for the cards that have better base mechanic stuff because this game is very meta. That's why Dumfries is amazing because he has like certain things. It's the body type and height that adds to it too, right? It gives you more like physical engagements that like allows you to win opportunities. Pedro Porro with a Bruiser Plus being added is not a bad one either, to be honest. Again, not lengthy with 97.97, but 97.97 is not horrible for how he's generally formatted. It's not. Rapid Plus, Bruiser Plus, Anticipate, Intercept, all very relevant, especially working with the Jockey Plus or the Jockey. Dribbling's in a better area. Passing is also very nice. Again, can't really go wrong with a choice like that. For this evolution being 10k, like these are very good improvements, right? Zambrotta is going to be a very good example as well, just because, you know, and this is the thing, like we can't really read into the future with evolutions, right? But that one evolution was still solid, but this one looks very good too. Could still give him the shadow chemistry style as well, just for like that extra pace boost if you feel like it's super necessary. But again, you make him a lengthy player, anchor chemistry style to increase the pace, defense, and physicality. And he generally has really good play styles, right? I never used Zambrotta this year, so I don't exactly know what he's like, but one of the key things for a card like this, right, if you go back to his old one, is that the right back still has the fullback plus, and then with this one, you are adding the fullback plus plus, right? So that, for the current meta of the game, pretty important to get those improvements. Diogo Dalot, again, is a lengthy player. I know this because this card was still on my SBC account for a pretty decent amount of time. Again, what's great with him is that you can make him a lengthy on an anchor, just because of me remembering previous engagements with this card, right? This card looks really well formatted, again, for that anchor or shadow, right? You could give him a shadow if you really want to. It just doesn't make him an anchor anymore, or it doesn't make him a lengthy anymore. But Bruiser Plus to work with way better physical capabilities, pace is in a better spot. Jockey Plus to be able to transition left and right, transition into the intercept play style, stuff like that. Very cool, right? Cards like Florenzi exist. Florenzi's not bad just because he has like the center mid position change, which I think for some people can be like a pretty interesting thing as well, just because of how he is in a more like agile sense, right? Because he has like box to box and stuff. He still has like intercept, quick step, bruiser. So to work with that in that area would still be cool. But again, if you want a more agile right back that still has a whipped pass, because that's the best way to utilize him, if for that whipped pass is going to be able to utilize him in the right back position, potentially as a guy that attacks from time to time, right? But the thing is, guys, that with fullback, you can still make these guys attack from time to time, right? Just to be able to utilize that whipped pass and whatnot. Hakimi gets a card. Hakimi never gets any promo cards. I guess I don't even know why, to be honest. Not because of that divorce situation, is it? Like, that's a little crazy if that's the case. Maybe for something else, who knows? Anyways, quick step, bruiser, intercept, anticipate. This card actually looks pretty good. Again, the more agile choice. Yeah. More agile choice with a pace boost, defensive boost. And then the passing's in a better area as well. 5-star, 4-star on this guy. Good skill move upgrade with the dribbling boost as well. Yeah, if you need PSG links, can't really go wrong with that either, for sure. This is a very good evolution. I'm like looking through these choices. Really good. This is the type of stuff they got to release into the game more often, to be honest with you. Oh, Reece James. You make Reece James better too, eh? Dead. This guy has dead ball on him? Word. Word, word, word. I haven't seen a Chelsea game in so long, man. It's been a minute. You know what's funny is that this card, the only reason why his physical looks low is because his stamina is garbage. But like, if you keep him on fullback and you give him a shadow, the physical stats, base card stats wise, is actually in a very good area. That's hilarious. Oh, Gusto too, eh? I do wonder how good this card would be, because he actually looks pretty solid in like different ways too. Yeah, some of these cards, like even if you don't give them an anchor, they're still well formatted. It's like, yeah, sure, like I don't have like a huge strength boost, but that's fine. Like on a shadow, the defense is significantly better. The pace is in a way better area. And then you have the fullback plus plus, and then you have like the right play styles with Bruiser and the intercept. So that's pretty cool too. Lorenzo with the different variations there. Bruiser and a quick step on this card. Oh, you add that from the bomb forward. Look at this card. The shooting still kind of sucks, so I don't know. I don't know if I'd go down this road with the shooting like that. Because the guys, even if you use this on deep lying playmaker, like these guys can still shoot. You know what I mean? Inform Dumfries gets an upgrade too. But yeah, that one looks really good. Oh, do you improve Trent a lot? Oh, you actually do. Yeah, but Trent has the other card. The other card's pretty cool too. The thing about this one is that like he obviously has different stuff on him, right? So fullback plus plus, which I don't know if that existed before, but yeah, he's not like the deep lying playmaker like the Foot Birthday card on a 5-star, 5-star. It's a little bit of a different card, right? A little bit of a different card. But yeah, guys, honestly, like we could be here for a while. I think this is one of the better evolutions that they've released. I think if you really want to go like in the proper meta direction, like try your best to go with these types of cards that have the lengthy, that have really good base card stats for physical, have good base mechanic stuff being transferred over. Like Maicon's going to be really good. Dumfries is going to be awesome. Danny da Costa with the stat increase, because you can give him an anchor, could be really nice too. But for me, because I know of more so of the guarantees of like Dumfries and Maicon, and to be honest, even Diogo Dalot, because Diogo Dalot, generally speaking, has really good base mechanic stuff as well. Like those would be like my sort of options if I were to go down this route. But like it's funny how like even Ibarbo has been turned into like a really good right back too. So yeah, very solid evolution. No complaints there. I don't really think that there should be anything less than an 80% like ratio on this. I don't agree with 75. I wouldn't even say 80, like 85, 90 to be honest. It's a really good evolution in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this next video, or enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.